Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live from downtown Flushing, New York, for another amazing, informative episode of How to Win at Business. And this afternoon, I scour the internet for new trending information that's going on with business, with accounting, with taxes, and just to sharpen my own skills, but also to share with the world what's actually going on in small business, in the small business world, because you really can't get the straight answer from who you think you would get it from the Small Business Administration, the IRS, the state and local government websites, because on the face of it, they want to be seen as the Service Bureau. It's like that movie 1984 when they had the Ministry of Peace, and all it did was create war, and the Ministry of Love, which actually spread propaganda and stuff. So don't believe what you read in the government sites about what's going on. Very rarely are they truthful, to be honest with you, when it comes to the state of small businesses. Their numbers just don't add up, and there's a reason for that. It's by design, folks. And I found this article that I find pretty interesting. Part of it is the part about how hard it is for accountants. And hold on one second. Sorry, my friend Susie Pruden was calling me. She's the publisher of Itty Bitty Publishing, where I actually have an Amazon bestseller campaign going on today. And if you want to support me, go to Amazon and just look me up, Joe DeChara, and it's the amazing Itty Bitty book on S-corps. But anyway, when I'm going through this, and obviously there's big problems for people like me, the small accounting firms that are just getting bombarded with new slants on dealing with the government. I've been getting a phone call, emails, text almost every day from clients asking, where is their refund? Where is their refund? Now, my aunt worked at the IRS for over 25 years and has spent the last month trying to get through, and she finally got through today about where her refund is. And it's basically what they were saying. Honestly, the IRS said if you file an amended return, basically you go into the end of the line, which really is unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable. I mean, they should be required by law to process all the returns, and I mean they're not delaying the collection actions. So this is what's going on in accounting, and it's almost like system overload. There's very few choices other than to try to leverage technology more, hire good labor that stays with you, that are loyal, that are competent, and probably raise fees. I mean, there's just no other way around it, and that's fine with them. They have no problem with small businesses paying more money. Okay, so that's what's going on in the accounting world. But also, now you got to remember, people like me, we're in the trenches with our clients. We know firsthand what's actually happening, and so this is the predictions. They did a survey, predictions on what people like me, I guess small and larger, probably larger accounting firms, but most of us believe that the next couple of years are going to be tougher for small businesses, tougher than any time. I believe it's going to be more like a decade, that it's going to be harder because the IRS is hiring 87,000 new revenue agents to try to collect from guess who? They're going to be targeting small businesses, sole proprietors mostly, because that's where they get the most bang for the buck. When the IRS gets a $10,000 adjustment on one audit, they're producing $1,500 just in FICA tax, and that's a big part of the issue. Another reason why they go after sole proprietors. Sole proprietors are the most vulnerable, and there's 25 million of them. Now, there is a huge, what they call tax gap between people that owe money because either they're not filing or they're just not paying, or they are filing and they're underreporting their income or overstating their expenses. And that's who the IRS wants to go to. There is another approach, I could suggest it, but I don't think they're going to listen to me. Why don't they spend the money educating and helping sole proprietors and showing them how they're supposed to do business, which is as a corporation. That's the best way to do business. Now, the fear, I believe, the fear is that 20 million people converted to s-corps, it would drain the system. They would have a lot less control. It's harder to audit corporations because usually corporations have accountants. And that's the vicious cycle, folks. So that's what's going on. Let's see some of the things that they said. Some of the problems is keeping up with the changes. Okay. Businesses, they're saying businesses have to learn to be more flexible and innovative. People have to learn how to pivot from being a brick and mortar to online, virtual, and maybe a combination. Interstate sales tax issues. So these are the looming ahead. I've been saying this for years. The sales taxes are the most complicated, convoluted tax that there is. Every state, every jurisdiction might have different rules about what's taxable, what's not taxable, the different rates. Just in New York State, every different county has a different rate. And then if you're in a county like New York City, you got to pay the state rate and the city rate. So that's insane. Now, take into account people that are selling online and the confusion that it's created, whether or not they have to collect sales tax or not. And most of the time they don't. But that's another story. It's just another one of those issues, those little tiny issues that nobody ever thinks of, that puts people in harm's way and sometimes out of business if they don't collect the right sales tax. So let's see what other insights we can get here. The forecast. They're saying build revenue streams online. Now, these are some of the suggestions that people make, and it looks like a lot of these are what I've been saying. Keep moving forward. Change before it's too late. Manage your cash flow better. Wow, I just did a 2.5-hour webinar on increasing your cash flow. Let's see what else. Know what you do best and do it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it goes on and on. Focus on cash and credit management. I've been saying that. Tax resolution. So now for accounting firms, you need to learn about the IRS collection process and how to battle it, how to go up against the it's going to be like 150,000 revenue agents going after our clients. So you have to be familiar with forms like Form 911 and offering compromise and installment agreements, because there's going to be a ton of them. They estimate that there's over 20 million people that aren't paying their taxes. So that's 20 million tax resolution prospects that are out there. And I don't know about you, but I used to do a lot of tax resolutions and I stopped doing it. But now it seems like there's going to be a huge need for this, folks, a huge need. So if you are behind on your taxes, if you haven't filed, let me offer you a free consultation. Just go to timewithjoe.com. We'd be happy to talk to you about your taxes, your business, some of the things that you can do to protect yourself. And I'd also like to invite you to Mastermind with Joe DiChiara, where we have a great mastermind group. We get new people, we get experienced people, we get trainers, we network, and we learn and connect. So that's my story. I'm sticking with it. I have a great interview tonight at 6 p.m. and stay posted. God bless. Over and out.